A while, huh? My bad, I'm back. I pulled away for a minute. Um, let's do some more Zero Escape. I want to call it zero time every time. I don't know why. Let's not return to the title screen. Whoa, I got. Plug my phone in. Accompanied by a wall of angry water, Junpei shot out of the room into the opposing wall.
Ow!
The water tossed and turned him like a washing machine, and he only stopped rolling when he hit his head on the wall.
My head. Wait,
My head!
is it over? Whew. That felt too much like being flushed down a toilet. Damn.
Right. Past experiences? Junpei struggled to his feet in the still rushing water.
Well, better than drowning, I guess. Am I in a hallway?
The water that had followed him out of the room was rapidly pouring out of the door. It flowed quickly down the hallway and slammed into the foot of the short flight of stairs. Just 5 steps, in fact. On the top of the short staircase,
A door.
another door.
Damn this water. Ugh. Let
Is this
me
louder than I...
go.
I don't want to go to the options again, because I'll probably break the game again. Pick it later. No, yeah. That sound is very horrible.
The nonary game. The
The nonary game.
Nonary game.
The nonary game. The nonary game. I don't even see what I'm loading there. Like, I see 1 out of 30, but like... Okay. Memory chip?
A door. Another
Processor?
door. Damn this water. Ugh. Let me
That sounds a bit
go.
better. I did walk away in the worst sound of what's like, possible. Junpei leapt up the stairs straight to the door.
Oh, yes, it opened.
The door burst open and Junpei exploded out of it, only to freeze in his tracks. What other possible response could there have been for what he saw?
What? What the hell?
His voice trailed off and all he could do was stare. Polished floors stretched out before him, ornate staircases rising up from the edges, each of them equidistant from the other. Stairs and pillars were solid wood, and embellishments and decorations covered the wall and pillars. It was like nothing so much as an entrance to a luxurious mansion from the early
This
1900s.
is the inside of a ship?
Have you ever watched Titanic? It's the same staircase. Jumpy couldn't
Well.
help but wonder. Water quickly flowing the hallway behind him suggested that yes, he was. As he looked, a fresh wave rolled out of the room he'd been in, gathering speed and moved
that's
towards
what
the
I thought.
stairs.
This is totally, Wait, what the hell? A wave? Oh, shit! Shit! Okay, I gotta get out of here.
Junpei spun around, his wet shoe squeaking in protest on the polished floor as he ran towards the tremendous staircase in front of him.
C deck.
C deck.
B deck. Hurry! Hurry!
As he ran, he glanced quickly at the plates mounted on the wall, noting the decks of the
A
ship.
deck's next.
You think that? Took the stairs two at a time, not entirely sure where he would find himself, just as he began to wonder where, in fact, the stairs did lead.
What?
Junpei saw another person out of the corner of his eye. That's 4 people, my guy. He stopped short, nearly tripping over the next stair, and looked. It wasn't just one person he'd seen. Landing on the left of the staircase, there were 4 people staring at him. On the right side, 3 more.
People.
All told, there were 7 of them. It looked as though they had been on their way down the stairs. Stopped short when they saw Junpei, their eyes wide. He'd done the same, of course, and now they stood there staring at one another. Junpei didn't move, one foot placed awkwardly on the next step, in the middle of a stride. Who were these people? Entire interaction lasted only a matter of seconds. Woman spoke to Junpei and time began to move
I
again.
guess it's another one of us now.
A dancer.
Woman was dressed, Junpei thought, rather like a dancer. Wise in brackets. Clothes covered very little and her prodigious jewelry little
no,
more.
I'm not. You better get moving.
Okay. No further ceremony, she ran straight past Junpei and toward the door behind him.
Okay then.
Sudden proximity of a woman with such striking assets left Junpei momentarily stunned. But the others wasted no time and quickly followed the strange woman.
Silver hair?
Silver? First to pass Junpei was a young man with silver hair. Threw a quick glance in Junpei's direction as he ran, muttering.
One of us, huh? What? Nothing.
Following him was an older man, his face calm and without fear. Soft wrinkles sprouted from his eyes as he came close enough as he passed for Junpei to see a wisp of gray in his hair. His composure of shock of hair struck Junpei as rather like
Going
that
up
of an
won't do
elderly
you any
lion.
good. There are 2 doors, but neither of them will open.
Wait,
Really gonna call this guy a
the
lion?
doors won't open?
Must speak to Junpei was a girl with pink hair and a high voice.
Are you coming? You gotta hurry.
Small hand was wrapped around the wrist of another man. His eyes were closed, almost as though he were sleeping. Features were graceful, almost serene. He was dressed rather elegantly for someone his age. Something about his posture seemed very refined, and Junpei couldn't help feeling he was noble and dignified, somehow. Certainly never seen one, but this man seemed like what Junpei has always imagined a prince
That's
would
9
be
of
like.
us then. All of the cards are in hand.
What does that mean? Junpei opened his mouth to ask what the other man had meant, but the girl with pink hair
Wait.
rushed past him.
They're gone.
Just what is going on?
There's an old man like a lion, a girl with pink hair, and a prince, and I have no idea what they're talking about.
Turned just in time to see 2 more people running towards him. One of them had hair like a bird's nest, and looked as though a stiff breeze might topple him. Other was a veritable mountain of a man. You're gonna call this dude Stiff Breeze?
Ah!
Scrawny one scuttled past Junpei and as though he were running from something.
Hey! What the hell are you just standing there for? Didn't you hear him? The doors on A deck are no good. We gotta check the doors on B deck. Got it? Now go!
Before he had a chance to respond, the man laid a massive hand on Junpei's shoulder. With no more effort than Junpei would have used to brush aside a fly, the man shoved him out of the way. Thrown off balance by the man in recent events, it took Junpei a few steps to get his bearings. Finally regained his balance and looked up at what the other 7 had been running
That was
towards.
dangerous.
Huh?
There were 2 pairs of large iron doors set into the wall in front of them. Looked quite sturdy, and each had handles jutting from them. Written across the surface of each door in red paint was a number. 4.
4?
We're in the right
And
4.
This one says
5.
They're the same.
No, they're not. They're different numbers. Guy Junpei had decided to call Silver was mumbling to himself.
A number on the door just like that.
You too, eh?
An arched eyebrow. The lion looked
My
over
cell
at
was the
Silver.
same. A number upon the door. I opened it, ran down the hallway outside, and found myself in a rather grand room full of stairs, as I suspect did the rest of you.
It was as though the floodgates had been opened and they all began
Me
to talk
too.
at once.
Same for me. There was a door with a number on it.
So it became clear that each of them had awoken into a room with a locked door and solved a puzzle to escape, all ended up in the same room. Almost as though they'd been guided
Yes, we
there.
all saw the same thing. That's not important. We need to hurry.
You think I don't know that lady?
Before the dancer had time to finish, Silver was already running.
Open! Damn it!
Grabbed hold of the door, labeled 5, and pulled. However,
It's not opening. This damn thing won't even budge.
Out of my way.
the mountain grabbed Silver's shoulder and tossed him aside. His path cleared, he took a few steps back, then threw himself at the door. Once. Twice. 3 times. 4 times. Doris shook as his body slammed into it, but it showed no signs of breaking or opening. Mountain threw himself at the door again.
Body slam from a guy that big didn't even budge it. There must be some other way.
Junpei turned towards the door 4. Next to the door on the wall was a small box.
This
Vacant.
looks just like the device next to the door in that room earlier. So that means this door is probably locked too.
Why'd your conscience sound like you don't have anything in it? Your brain is empty.
So,
Your skull doesn't have anything in it? He had to check. Junpei grabbed the handle and threw all of his weight into it. It was locked as tight as the door next to it, as he expected. Junpei punched the door, did not respond.
Are there any other doors?
He barely finished the thought when the C-deck plate he pressed on his way up sprang unbuttoned into his mind. Body moved before he had time to think. Junpei turned and ran back towards the stairs. Scarcely taking a step one. Top of the stairs next to the ornate clock embedded in the wall, he saw a person. It was a girl. She looked to be the same age as Junpei. Froze, unable to look away from her face. He wasn't confounded by her beauty or something equally silly. No, there was another reason he couldn't take his eyes off the girl. Junpei had seen her somewhere before. Couldn't quite remember where, but he knew he had met her before. Girl too stared at Junpei similarly stunned. Her response suggested she'd seen him before as well. Not saying a word, Junpei walked slowly towards her. Didn't move. It was almost as though she was held in place by some sort of magic spell. As Junpei stepped onto her landing, the spell broke. No sooner had he set his foot down than the whole ship shook a second time. Quake caught the girl and prepared as she fell. Moving on instinct, Junpei leaped to catch her. Or so we thought.
Oh,
Face was far closer than it should have been,
Yeah.
mere inches from his own. Bleh. He was flat on his back and she landed squarely on top of him. The girl seemed as confused as he did, and her face suggested that she hadn't fully recovered from seeing him. For a moment there seemed to stretch for a very long time, started one another. Ship stopped shaking, everything was quiet. Water could be heard from the bottom of the ship, lapping faintly at walls and ceilings, but eventually that faded as well. Silence was complete, a thick muffling blanket. At
oh
last the
my
girl opened
gosh.
her mouth.
Is that you, Jumpy?
Jumpy? Jumpy? Her words echoed through Junpei's head, and suddenly his memory returned.
Akane.
Why hadn't you realized this sooner? Girl was Akane Kurashiki? Could you pronounce someone for me? She and Junpei had been friends in childhood. They'd gone to elementary school together for 6 years. Oh, this is only novel time. Okay. What was she doing on the ship? Soft eyes were only inches away from his own. Could feel the warmth of her face. Feelings he thought long forgotten began to work their way to the surface. What does this file do? Your tip screen? Oh, what was it? Whatever. It's at that moment.
What?
What's that voice?
They hurriedly untangled themselves from one another and struggled to their feet. Their 7 companions had heard the voice as well, and many other faces had gone pale. Looked around frantically, desperate to locate the source of the voice. Last they found it, a speaker said in the ceiling. The voice was harsh, obscured, occasionally by the crackle of static. Junpei recognized it. How could he have forgotten it?
That guy in the gas mask. Hey, asshole! What the hell is this? Come on out here. I want to get a look at you.
What do you mean to do to us?
Nonary game.
What the hell's that?
The voice continued implacable.
What is he talking about?
Hey, there's something in my pocket. Check this out.
Silver reached into his pocket and pulled out a small slip of paper. The rest of them reached into their own pockets and pulled out similar slips of paper. We will call them the blank doors in front of the blank appear a pair of the same. The key to open these numbered doors are severed bracelets each of you possess. Should you total the numbers on your numbered bracelets and find that the digital root of that number is equal to the number of that door, the door will open. Only those who have opened the door may pass through. There are, however, limits. Only 3 to 5 people can pass through a numbered door. All those who enter must leave. All who enter must contribute. The purpose of the game is simple. Leave the ship alive. It is hidden, but an exit can be found. Seek a way out. Seek it where the carriers are 9. Above the telltale crumple of paper, slightly damp from its earlier
I got
ordeal.
one too.
Then it would seem Zero has seen fit to grace us each with a letter. Would you mind terribly...
Why not talk like that?
this young man?
Request has been delivered to Junpei, who, after a short moment of surprise, that had been
On
asked.
this ship, you will find a handful of doors emblazoned with numbers. We will call them the numbered doors. The doors in front of you are a pair
Poetic.
of the same. The key to opening these numbered doors are the numbered bracelets that each of you possess. Should you total the numbers on your numbered bracelets and find that the digital root of that number is equal to the number of that door, the door will open. Only those who have opened the door may pass through. There are, however, limits. Only 3 to 5 people can pass through one numbered door. All those who enter must leave, and all who enter must contribute. So this thing on my arm is a bracelet.
He glanced around. It looked like everyone else had one as well, and had come to a much the same conclusion.
The purpose of the game is simple. Leave this ship alive. It is hidden, but an exit can be found. Seek a way out. Seek a door that carries a 9.
Question to iceberg. The voice finished, and the speaker went silent.
I hear a bell.
I think it's coming from over by the stairs.
It's the clock telling us the time.
Everyone had their eyes on the antique clock embedded in the wall. 7, 8, 9. Sound of the 9th bell faded away. The 10th never came.
Rang 9 times, so 9 o'clock then?
I think it's 9 p.m. I couldn't see anything when I tried looking out the window earlier. It has to be nighttime.
If that is the case, then we would need to escape by 6 a.m. tomorrow.
It is if the time starts now or when we started the first event. Okay, now the game begins now. Okay. Speaker went silent and did not speak again.
Hey! You bastard! What do you mean by that? Come out here, you asshole! That guy won't stop shouting. And the others.
Mountain. Lion. Dancer. Says she wasn't a dancer, you're gonna call it dancer anyway. A cane. Junpei. Junpei too was consumed by his thoughts.
I have way too many questions. Who is Zero? What's the Nonary game? What's it for? Is he some nutjob just doing this to mess with us, or does he have some other purpose? Why pick me to be part of this insane game? And the others? Why are these 8 people here? And the most confusing of them all. Why is Akane here? I haven't seen her since elementary school. Why her? Why now?
Why is her hair clipping through her scarf?
Coincidence? No. There's no way. There has to be a reason. I don't know what exactly, but there has to be.
Yeah, you know, let's just sit there and blink for a little bit. You know, you're only on a timer. Let's just sit there and blink.
Very well.
It's fine. Start blinking. Lion's voice seemed to oddly
Standing
loud in
around here won't do
silence.
us any good. Best we get moving, don't you think?
Get moving?
Are you planning to open the numbered doors?
Hey, wait! But don't tell me you're actually gonna do what this Zero says.
No, that's not what I mean.
Lion shook his head,
I'm
mildly
saying
annoyed.
let's find another way. After all, we haven't really examined this place yet.
We... what?
Where have we not looked? Everyone searched A-Deck already, right?
Yeah, we were kind of in a rush though, so we probably missed some things.
Why don't we check out the lower floors first? We should see how deep this place goes. I can work with that.
Then let's go.
C deck.
Whoa!
What the hell? It's completely submerged.
Damn.
The New York Times.
If the water level keeps rising like this, we're all gonna drown.
No, I don't believe that's something we have to worry about.
Prince knelt down and gently drew
See,
his hand across
the
it.
water's not flowing. That means the origin of the water has been stopped. Perhaps this Zero fellow has used some sort of remote control to seal a watertight door lower down. He said that our time limit was 9 hours. In other words, this water won't rise for 9 hours.
Then you're saying we won't sink till then.
Well, that may be a little too optimistic. No point to wishful thinking.
That's depressing.
If we don't determine a way to advance from this point, we are stuck on A deck and C deck.
Looks that way.
Hey, hold on. How about we check C-Deck before we jump to any conclusion? We might find something there.
Huh, you're right. I think we should look at the metal doors by the big staircase, too. They're pretty suspicious.
No numbers on either door. And I don't see an authentication device either. Nope. It's locked.
This one too. Damn, none of the doors are opening.
Hey guys, over here. There's another door behind the stairs.
This one doesn't open either.
We'll see about that. Hey, old man, give me a hand.
Using force, I see. Let's give it a try. It won't budge.
Could you not just start shouting out of nowhere? You almost gave me a heart attack, you know.
Oh, sorry.
It doesn't appear to have moved even with 2 of us trying. It's very well made.
Idiots. Try using your brain first.
Huh?
Take a closer look.
A keyhole?
Right. It's obvious what we need to open this door.
A key, huh?
You got a problem?
No, I just really doubt we'll find a key that easily.
Ignoring the tense air between the two, Junpei moved closer to examine the doorknob. Just above it was a strange mark in the shape of a circle surrounding a dot.
Does it mean something?
Hey, look! Over here, too!
Pink Hair was looking at double doors they had in. Can we just knock out Pink Hair's name?
Doors.
Mountain Sure, Old Man, Lion, whatever. Pink Hair is where I'm gonna draw the line. Silver Hair,
There's an inverted
In their
triangle
elevators?
button by them.
May as well try pressing it. Huh. Nothing.
Maybe the power isn't on.
Or we need to do something with this card reader. And there's a strange mark here, too. What is this? It looks like a lowercase
Capricorn?
h with a dash drawn across the upper stem of the H.
Junpei stared at
This
it
is
for a
the
while.
symbol of Saturn.
Never
It's
mind.
an astrological symbol.
Then the mark on the other door.
I think that was the sun symbol. We saw the same symbols on
What's to say
the
that?
deck.
We did?
You have 3 kills under your belt there, Pink Hair?
I don't remember that.
A deck, huh? Huh. I haven't been there, so I wouldn't know.
We may as well check again since we're talking about it.
Lions urged them on, and it took the stairs up.
There, the 2 doors next to the stairs. The one on the left had a keyhole with a similar symbol engraved on it.
She's right. It looks similar to what we saw downstairs.
This is an Earth symbol. The horizontal line symbolizes the equator, and the vertical one represents the prime meridian.
I see.
Junpei looked up at the ceiling.
Ceiling. Metal plates. Huh. It's as if it's covering something up.
Perhaps it was a dome of some kind.
I wish we could get out through there.
Be realistic. We'd need a lot of explosives to open that up.
The windows, too. Huh. They're all covered.
There were several windows along both sides of the ship, or at least there had been. They too were
In other
covered with metal
words-
plates.
We're trapped. All the exits go nowhere.
Junpei was not happy. Girl with pink hair spoke
Well, I'm
up.
sure they go somewhere. We just can't open them.
When that one
You don't
spoke.
know that. For all we know, they just open into walls or take us in circles.
Prince did not agree.
I'm sure they go somewhere. Otherwise, what point would there be? And we can open them. Well, 2 of them at least.
Oh, you mean the numbered doors.
All eyes turned towards the doors with numbers on them. The atmosphere in the
Hey,
room grew
wait a
tense.
minute. I think I said this earlier, but I don't think we should do that.
The dancer moved in front of the doors
We
as
have
if
to be
to block
crazy
them.
to open these doors. If we do that, we're doing exactly what Zero wants us to do.
Suddenly, everyone began to speak at
May
once.
as well give it a shot. Can't stay here forever.
Yes, I'm in favor as well.
No, I'm totally against this.
But shouldn't we at least try?
It's 8 against 1.
We don't know what'll happen. We should stay here.
We don't have time for that. In 8.5 hours, this ship is going to sink.
It's been a half hour already? Clamor of voices made it next to impossible to determine who was saying what. No, I think it's pretty easy. They speak one at a time. Their arguments grew more and more intense until people were shouting and screaming at one another.
Hey! Shut up!
They fell silent and all eyes turned towards Jumpy. He felt each of the stare burning into him,
Before we
but
try
he
and
refused to
decide where
flinch.
we're going to go, there's something else we ought to do.
What's that?
We need to exchange information. We don't know anything about each other. I want to know who you guys are. Who you are, where you came from, why you ended up here. Don't tell me you aren't curious too.
They were silent. Some of them looked the other way a bit and bit their lip, crossed their arms and stared at the ceiling. But one of them spoke up. It was
I
Akane.
agree. I think Jumpy is right.
Jumpy?
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm talking about him. I just call him Jumpy. His name is Junpei.
One second. Okay. She pointed
We're
towards the
childhood
Junpei.
friends. We went to the same elementary school.
Wait, stop! Don't tell us stuff we didn't ask you about. Zero's probably watching us right now. What are you gonna do if he's listening in?
Oh, would that be bad?
Hell yeah, it would! We don't know how much that bastard knows about us.
Hold.
Maybe he just picked a bunch of random people to kidnap. If that is the case, then it'd be dangerous for us to let him know too much. If Zero knows who we are, he could go after our families. Maybe he'd tell us he had them to get us to do stuff, you know?
But we still need to know what our names are. It's going to be hard to talk to each other if we don't have names.
Alright, then why don't we have code names?
To him, apparently, it seemed like the obvious solution.
Yeah, we'll each pick something. Like, I'll be 7.
7? Why are you 7?
A fair question. Why do you think, Jumpy? Now is stuck out his left arm.
Because this bracelet number says 7.
Oh, I get it. Yeah, that's a good idea.
He smirked.
All right, I'm gonna be Santa. Any of you chumps know Japanese? No? Well, san means 3. So, I'll be Santa. You know, like Santa Claus. Fits, don't you think?
No.
And your bracelet number.
Yeah, it's got a 3 on it. Good job, Grandpa.
As like the man had before had done, Silver thrust out his left hand. Sure enough, the face of his bracelet read
Very
3.
well then. I'll go next, shall I? My bracelet number is 1. Given that, I think Ace seems appropriate.
I'll be Lotus then. As I'm sure you all know, it has 8 petals. Which
Nope,
means, of
didn't know.
course, that my
Sorry.
bracelet number is
I don't examine Lotus for personal time.
8.
I would appreciate it if you would call me Snake. My bracelet number is 2. Since Ace has chosen cards, then I choose dice. Snake eyes, clearly. Which is particularly relevant given...
It's not a competition. Maybe it is a competition.
I knew it.
Kept his eyes closed during the entire ordeal. I suggested something strange, but to hear it said so casually. Something of a surprise. Everyone seemed a little nervous at the prince's proclamation, but no one seemed to know how to react to it. There was one person, however, who didn't seem to be surprised at the least.
I
Girl
want
with
to
the pink
be
hair.
Clover. You know,
4?
like a 4-leaf clover. Good luck.
Looking almost bored, she held out her round left hand. Place of her bracelet showed the number 4. They'd come around Junpei. Held out his bracelet.
Alright, my number's 5. So my code name is gonna be...
Why have one? It's not like there's any point to it now.
Then she cut
I
him
mean, we
off
all know
in
your name
sentence.
already. You're Junpei.
Oh, yeah.
They all nodded. Akane stepped forward
Then you should
nervously.
all call me by my name too. Because, I mean, it doesn't seem...
It doesn't seem fair to Jumpy.
You're thinking it's not cool for you to hide your name after you told us his.
Connie fidgeted awkwardly.
What's
But
your
decided he had to do
bracelet
something.
It's 6.
hesitated for a moment, then held out her hand. As she claimed, the bracelet face showed a 6. Junpei looked at it for a moment and thought.
Why don't we call you June?
June?
Yeah, you know, it's the 6th month of the year. So you're June.
Jumpy?
Honey kneaded her hand and looked up at Junpei, uncertain, smiled
Are
back
you
at her
good with that?
reassuringly.
Yeah.
Thought about it for a few more minutes and then seemed to come to a decision and gave Junpei
Okay,
a small
then.
nod. For a few minutes? Is this time sensitive here? Missing moments actually makes more sense. I'm gonna go back and look, who cares? Then decided Junpei ran over them
So this
quickly
is how
and said,
everyone breaks down. 1 is Ace. 2 is Snake. 3 is Santa. 4 is Clover.
thank you for not having me say Santa. I'm gonna say Santa.
5 is me.
Or Sansa.
6 is June. 7 is 7. And 8 is Lotus. That means 8 of us have revealed our bracelet numbers. The only one left is...
That glasses guy with hair like a bird's nest.
You haven't said a thing so far, have you?
His skin was pale, his breathing was heavy, and he was soaked with nervous sweat. Behavior seemed very suspicious, or perhaps simply emotionally unstable. Quite difficult to tell. Whatever the case, it seemed clear that he had only a fingertip's worth of grip on his sanity. A girl with pink hair Clover walked up to him slowly. She put her hands on her hips, and eyed him
What
suspiciously.
number are you?
What do you think? Didn't answer. Bloodshot eyes twitched from person to person, and his breath
Hey,
came in hot
I'm
pants.
talking to you.
Man licked his red lips with a shaking tongue and spoke with a voice
Isn't
like
it
old paper.
obvious? There are 9 people here, and you know who numbers 1 through 8 are. I'm the only one left.
So you're 9?
Yeah.
Into the trembling arm. The person didn't indeed say 9. Sorry. Clover looked at it contemptuously.
What's your code name?
What's your code name? Why did I read that? Get your hand off your chin.
Code name?
What do you want us to call you? We all made up names. You should too.
I don't need one.
Why not?
Because I am not gonna stay here with you.
Took a shuddering breath and exhaled. Clover looked at him with something fairly
Is
disgust.
that some sort of plan?
I do.
Yeah? What's that?
You sure you want to know?
Yeah?
All right. Let me show you. I'm gonna do this.
By the time they realized what he was doing, it was too late to stop him. And his body moved like a snake's. Didn't give an eye around her and wrapped his arm around her waist. Are you gonna call him a ninja?
What the hell do you think you're doing?
Silver Santa led forward toward Clover and the 9th man. He was
Stay
halfway
back.
there when suddenly the man's hand drove into his pocket.
Ah,
Followed the Clover's pale, quivering
if you
neck.
get any closer, I'll cut her open. Yeah, that's right.
Man's smile was neither friendly nor reassuring. Sweat poured down his neck, soaking the collar of his shirt.
Clover, are you all right?
Prince, Snake's voice, sounded oddly concerned.
Yeah, I'm fine.
His voice shook, making her words
What the
even less
hell are you
convincing.
trying to do? I told you, this is my plan.
What are you gonna do to her, you sick son of a bitch?
Don't worry. I'm not gonna do anything to her. If she just does what I tell her to, I'll let her go.
Heard them move backward slowly, keeping his grip on Clover.
Slowly. That's right. Just follow me.
Keeping their distance, Junpei and the others followed. Eventually the man reached the wall. Gave it a start as his back touched it, then glanced around quickly and
Here.
spoke.
Verify. The left. Look on your left. Do you see the device on the wall? Place your hand on the scanner panel, the round part.
What if I don't?
And his nostrils flared as he looked like he was about to
Are
choke.
you an idiot? What do you think? I could slit your throat right now. I'll kill you if I have to. All I need is your bracelet. Just do it. Do it now.
He pressed the knife against Clover's neck hard.
I'll do it.
Slowly she stretched her hand and towards the device. What doors is that? Is a 5? We have a 9 and a 4.
Like this?
And 11 more. If I had to imagine, it'll be 4 and 6. We'll go. No, sorry, I'm at 5 and 6. Her back was to it, and she had to feel around for a moment before she found the circular panel. Made a cold electronic noise and on display above her hand, an asterisk appeared.
So that's how it works. He called that round part of the device the scanner panel. If we put our left hand on it, our bracelet number gets entered into the device. Then,
Should you total the numbers on your numbered bracelets and find that the digital root of that number is equal to the number of that door, the door will open.
Junpei shifted his eyes to the door itself.
door 5.
Remember when it was 5, it was 5.
But why does this guy know so much about how this thing works? It's like he knows exactly what to do.
Give me just a moment.